and welcome to my channel. I'm Crafty Kathy, the owner and creator of Kent's Vintage Farmhouse in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and I am so happy and thankful that you stopped in to craft and spend a little time with me today. I have for you 4 Dollar Tree wood DIYs. They're really simple and beautiful and quick. I think you're going to like them, so let's jump in. Our first DIY is more like a hack. I purchased this little wreath at the Dollar General. It was when it was 90% off, so I paid like 50 cents for this thing. And I don't like it the way it is. It's just so plain and drab, so I'm going to show you, if you come across something like this with a price you can't pass up, how to tweak it and make it your own. Now, I don't really necessarily like these little metal pieces that are on here, but I am going to save them and use them for something later. I just clipped them off with my cutters, and then I just used like a little stick-like thing to kind of push it down so there wouldn't be a sharp edge there. Now we have a totally clean canvas to start with. Hey, because summer's not over with yet, and I'm only going to need this wreath for a month or two. So I settled on using some lamb's ear, and this is the one from Walmart. It's my favorite of all the different lamb's ears. I'm just going to place a piece going this way, and then I'm going to place one down at the bottom in that same direction where it looks like a C or like an alligator chomping. I love to make my wreaths where I put my florals on the side. I don't know why, but that's kind of like my thing, so I just go with it. I like them that way. And if you don't like yours that way, you can always come up with a different way that this would look good, but I figured it would be really easy since this piece went across the middle, and we're going to have to figure out where to put our florals to kind of, jazz it up a little. So I just used some hot glue, and hot glue's not going to last in this heat wave that we're having. So if you want this to hang like outside or something, you're definitely going to have to use like an E6000 or that Fix-All glue from Dollar Tree, something of that nature. Something that's going to be really good and give you a good long hold. So I just grabbed this one rogue flower. I have no idea where this thing came from. I believe that it came from some of my flowers from Amazon. I get like different types of peonies, and I believe that this came from one of those bouquets. I cut the back down as low as I could get it, and I'm just going to place this right in the middle. I don't want to put too much flowers here because I was afraid that it was going to cover up, where it said Home Sweet Home. I didn't feel like that part that says home was bright enough, and so what I decided to do was take my really fine Sharpie pen, and I'm just going to kind of go around it. I'm going to keep the center part white, but I'm just outlining it with black. That way it would kind of pop a little bit more. And I cut this off because my head was right in the way. I had to get right over top of it to see what I was doing, because I'm the kind of person that can even be tracing something and mess it up. So I just kind of took my time and went slow. I want to take just a minute to welcome each and every one of y'all to my channel. I'm so glad that you're here to chat and craft and have a good time with me today. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I would love for you to consider subscribing and hit that little red button and become a part of our family. We always have room for more, and we would love to have you. Now, I got these butterflies, and they have a little magnet on the back of them from Amazon. They're in my Amazon store if you want some, and since this is metal, it's going to stick right on the side. I told you these were quick and easy, and I hope you like this one. I sure love it.
We wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right.
DIY number 2 is simple, quick, and very beautiful. I'm going to grab 4 of these picture frames, and these are some of my favorite picture frames that the Dollar Tree has. We're going to pop the backs off of each one and put 4 of your favorite pictures in there and then put it all back together again. We're going to turn this into either a little lantern or you can put your florals in there. So if you want to, you can leave the glass out and you don't have to put any of the backing on. That way the light can still shine through that. But whichever way you choose, it's going to be beautiful. I'm going to grab my wood glue, and I've been using this kind from the Dollar Tree, and I really like it. It dries quick, it's not real thick and goopy, and it honestly doesn't take much. What we're going to do is put glue down the sides. We're going to put all of our pieces together. Just be mindful how you're putting this together. Now, what I was talking about a second ago, if you want to make this be a lantern and you use a flameless candle in there, it would be really pretty if you don't put in any of the backing on. So the light is going to kind of come through your picture a little bit. But it's totally up to you the way that you want to arrange yours. I decided to leave the backs on these because if at some point I want to use these as just a regular old picture frame, I can do that and still stand them up the way that I need to. Now I'm going to put some Waverly wax on this. And guys, I was being lazy as all get out. I didn't want to take that whole little piece off of the bottom. So what I did was just unscrew one of the screws and kind of maneuver it around. I put my Waverly antique wax on the baby wipe and just kind of rubbed it around on each of them. And it was perfect that way. Like I said, there's days when I don't feel like taking everything apart. That way, all I got to do is just put one screw back on whenever I'm done on each of the little frames on the bottom. But I love that detail on these frames. I think that it makes these like a whole step above any of the other frames that the Dollar Tree has. I know they're small, but they're perfect. And you're showing off your family with your decor. So for me, that's kind of like a win-win in my book. In case you're wondering why my Waverly antique wax is just a little bit lighter, it's because I put a lot of water in here. There's probably about 25% of the actual product in there, and the other 75% is water. And if I ever want mine just a shade darker, I go ahead and just put another coat on. And I think I already told you a second ago, I did leave the backs on these frames. That way I can use them as frames if I want to later. But honestly, I don't think I could pry these things apart. Now we're going to put some feet on here. There's so many options. When it's Christmas time, I get a whole bunch of these little wooden pieces from Dollar Tree. I love the ones that are the little angels, or you can use this little wood peg doll, it's called, or the little snowman, of course. I am going to use the ones that are little angels. I just popped their wings off, and then I went over them real quick with my Waverly antique wax. What I'm going to do is flip my piece upside down, and mind you, I'm just going to use hot glue to put the legs on. If you want a good, strong, permanent hold, go ahead and use that wood glue. But I do think that these lanterns or floral pieces, whatever you want to use them for, they do look better when they have little feet on them. But there's so many things you can use for feet. If you don't have these, just use like a wood bead or something. Anything to level it up and bring it up a little bit. I just think it looks better in my opinion. I am going to put a bottom in mine because I am going to have a flameless candle, and since we elevated it with those feet, the candle would be sitting on the ground and looking crazy. So I just cut 4 popsicle sticks down, and I'm going to glue these to the bottom. That way I'll have something to set my candle on. And since nobody can see the bottom of this, I didn't stain mine with the Waverly antique wax, but if you want to do that, you can go right ahead. It would look more cohesive. I hope you like this one. The third DIY is like the others, very simple and quick. I found these at the Dollar Tree last week and I love these. If you see these, grab them. You see how they build these on the back. So you could actually make your own by putting like a wood dowel at the bottom there and a tumbling tower block. But why would you do that if you could go ahead and find one? You know what I'm saying? It's so much easier. I don't honestly think that anybody needs my Wi-Fi password, so I just painted this with a good coat of my DIY paint in the color beadboard. It's just a great kind of off-white color. It's not a stark white, I guess you could say. And then I'm just going to take my Dixie Belle gel stain, and it's called Tobacco Road. Now, this is a dark gel stain, and I'm going to go over that bottom part, and I didn't do anything to the beads except for just kind of lift them up and go around that little bottom portion there. I'm going to use this decopauge paper, and this is so beautiful. I'm not kidding you. I have had this for years, and I can't believe I've never used it, but now is the time. Today is the day. I just kind of laid it down and figured out where I wanted it on here. And all I'm going to do is take my regular old glue stick, the kind that's purple, and it is not a permanent hold, and that's why I'm using that one. That way, if I ever want to change this up, I can peel it right off there and change it up. But did y'all know that they do have a permanent glue stick? The one that I use is the Elmer's brand, and I get it from Amazon. It's in my Amazon store, linked in there if you want some. I think they're like $3.87 for 4 of them. They're the little small sticks. But anyways, like I said, we're just going to use this one in case I ever want to change it up. Now, when you're putting your glue stick on, you don't have to cover every little piece of it. But do make sure that you get the edges good so that you've got a good hold all the way around. And you see, I just grabbed my finger sander and I'm going to go around this and get all the edges off. At the bottom, since it had that little thing with the beads, I kind of had to cut it off and then go. As long as you kind of sand away from your body, it's going to be fine. It's going to come off there perfectly. And if there's little areas that's hard to get, like around these beads, I just use like one of these little nail files from the Dollar Tree. Could you imagine all the different little types of decor that you could make with one of these? These would look beautiful like at a wedding, like saying table number 1 or 2. I don't know why, but that just came to my mind to let somebody know that that would be pretty. I get these little birds off of Amazon. There's like 6 of them in a pack. And they also sell little birds like these at the Dollar General for just $1 a piece, and they're actually bigger than these. Now, these are like ceramic, but the ones from the Dollar General are resin, so they're actually a little bit more hardier. They're blue and red, but hey, you can always paint those if you don't like the color. But I'm just going to simply glue him down on there with my glue gun so that he doesn't have to be on there permanently. And I thought if you want to stick some flowers down on the other side, that would be beautiful too. But this is just a really quick and easy little piece of decor that you can make in minutes. And it's so beautiful.
She thinks I'm a little lazy. I think she's a little crazy. We like summer and we like spring. Watching wrestling in the ring. She ain't shy, she speaks her mind. Tough as nails and smooth as wine. We burn hot as kerosene. Baby, we got our own thing. She ain't skinny and I ain't tall, and that don't bother us at all. I run naked through the yard. She flash every police car. Drinking wine and getting tired of shooting out.
This last one, like the others, is super quick and simple and easy and beautiful. I love these plaques from Dollar Tree. I think that they're amazing to craft with. You can do so many things with these. I'm going to use this seed catalog. It's from IOD, and you guys know that every time I tell y'all that if you want any of the DIY paint or the IOD, and they just came out with a new collection, by the way, that I'll be showing off soon. But you get that from my friend Lori over at Milton's Daughter. I'll leave her information down below so that she's really easy to find. If you've never done a transfer before, they're so easy. You just cut out the piece that you want or what will fit in this case. Now, this is going to be decor for Loretta's house, my chicken. You guys know that I've got her house decorated, or I'm still working on it. It's a work in progress. I am going to show you guys, but I want to get it finished first. But if you've never done a transfer before, you just lay it down, and they send this little tool with every transfer that you buy, and you just rub it. I like to kind of hold the edge of mine up when I'm going across it, and it just makes it so much easier. Now, I'm just going to tell y'all right now that my chicken's going to love this whenever I put this on her wall, because she's going to think that this is a little girl looking at her, and she's going to sit and like peck at it and like make faces at it, and I just know she's smiling because she's the sweetest chicken ever. But guys, look how simple and easy this is. If you have a little bit hanging off the bottom, I just push mine up and it kind of goes off the side and makes it look like it's 3D. Now, this is a personal preference on these little things from Dollar Tree. I like to go ahead and run the lines through, and so I just use like my scissors and I go around on the top and the bottom of each of these little like crevices here. And there's still a small bit of like the debris left in each of the crevices, so I just take kind of a stiff little paintbrush and brush them out of there. Now, I don't know about you guys or how y'all's chickens act, but mine loves vintage decor, and she is going to be amazed at this. But I can't just leave it at that. I'll have to have something where I can hang up different things in her coop. And so what I'm going to do is just take these little cup holders. These are simple little cup holders. I'm pretty sure you can get them at Dollar Tree. And if you don't have a drill, just go back and forth like I did with my hand, kind of back and forth. Make like a slight little divot, and then you just literally screw them in. That way I can hang up her clothes on here. And yes, my chicken has clothes. She has clothes. She has leashes. She has all kinds of stuff. Guys, she's my baby. I love that girl. But I'm just going to put a little hook, one on each side of this, so that I can hang up like her favorite outfits, or who knows, I might hang up her high heels on here. You know that she's sexier than socks on a rooster. I had to throw that in there. You guys get such a kick out of when I say that. But you know what? I guess, honestly, here in the South, we're the only people that think that socks on a rooster are sexy. I hope you like this one. Guys, if y'all stuck with me through today's video, I just want to thank you so much for stopping and giving me your time and coming and chatting and crafting with me today. I'm so happy that every single one of y'all are here. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please hit that little red subscribe button and become a part of our family. We would love to have you. Also, if you did enjoy this, I would love it if you'd give me a thumbs up. It really helps out my channel here. And leave me a comment, even if it's just like a heart emoji. All those things help out my channel tremendously, and I can't thank you enough for that. Don't forget that my videos are every Monday and Thursday at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, and I'll be seeing you here on the next one, Lord willing, and that creek don't rise. Did you know that if you're on an iPhone or a tablet that you can just touch my face right here and subscribe to my channel? You sure can. You can also touch either of these videos that are shown here, and as soon as this one's finished in just a second, it'll take you straight to that one. I love you guys. God bless you. and your families.